The slope-intercept form equation of a straight line has a lot of different uses for us. And the first one that we're going to look at is how we can calculate the slope of a line using the equation. So remind yourselves what the slope-intercept form equation looks like. Remember, this is the equation form for any straight line. So there are four variables in this equation: y, m, x, and b. We know that m represents the slope of the line, and we know that b represents the y-intercept of this line. What do x and y represent? X and y represent points on my line. So, for example, x could be an x value of a point, and then y would be the y value of that same point. So we have four variables here that we're working with. If I am given three of them, I can figure out the fourth variable by using algebra. Let me show you what that looks like. We're asked to find the slope of the line that has a y-intercept of 5 and goes through the point 2, 4. So let's think about what we're given here. We're given the y-intercept of the line is 5. So I know that b equals 5. I also know that this line goes through the point 2, 4. 2 and 4 represent an x value and a y value of a coordinate point on my line. So notice I'm given 3 of the 4 variables in this equation. And so I can plug in those 3 variables and figure out the last one, m, which I'm being asked to find. So y is 4 equals m, is what I'm trying to figure out. X is 2 plus b is 5. Let's clean this up just a little bit so it looks more familiar. We have 4 equals 2 times m plus 5. Now this is an equation that you should be able to solve, which we learned about how to do at the beginning of this year. So I have this plus 5 over here that I need to get rid of first. So I'm going to subtract 5. That's the 0 pair with a positive 5. So subtract 5 on both sides. 4 minus 5 is a negative 1. I still have 2m on this side, and then the 5 and the negative 5, that's the 0 pair that cancels out. Now I have a negative 1 equals 2m. I'm going to divide both sides into 2 equal groups. And let's see, these 2's will cancel each other out and just leave me with m equals negative 1/2. So I used the slope-intercept form equation to help me find the slope of this line, which is 1/2. So if I were to write this full equation, it would be y equals m, which is negative 1/2, x plus b, which is 5. This is the equation of the line that's being described. Let's do another example. Find the slope of the line that has a y-intercept of negative 2 and goes through the point 6, negative 1. So once again, we're given the y-intercept is negative 2, so that's b. And I have a point 6, negative 1 is my x and my y value. Let's plug those into the equation, and we have negative 1 equals the slope, which I'm trying to find, times x plus b, which is a negative 2. Let's rewrite this so it looks a little bit cleaner. We have negative 1 equals, I like to do the number in front of the variable, it looks nicer that way. And then plus a negative 2 is the same thing as subtracting 2. Okay, this looks a little bit simpler for me to solve. So I'm going to deal with this minus 2 first. What's the 0 pair with a minus 2? Plus 2. So I'm going to add 2 on both sides to keep it all balanced. A negative 1 plus 2 is 1 equals 6m, and negative 2 and a positive 2 combined to be 0. That was the 0 pair. Finally, I'm going to divide this side into 6 groups, and I need to do the same thing on both sides to keep it all balanced. That cancels out to leave me with 1m equals 1/6. So the slope of this line is 1/6. If I wanted to write the equation for this line, it would be y equals m, which is 1/6 x plus b, which is a -2. So this is the equation of the line being described here. Let's do one last example just so you can have some more practice. Find the slope of the line that has a y-intercept of 4 and goes through the point -3, 7. So y-intercept is b in the equation, and -3, 7 is an x and a y variable. Okay, plug those into the equation. Should be getting good at this now. Is that what you got? Okay, let's rewrite it so it looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, first thing I'm going to get rid of it is this +4. Combine it with its 0 pair, which is a -4, or a -4, and do the same thing on both sides to keep it all balanced. 7 minus 4 is 3, and then this equals -3m, and a +4 and a -4 combine to be 0. And finally, divide both sides by -3. Okay, 3 divided by -3, check it with a calculator, is -1. And -3 divided by -3 is +1, so I have 1m left. So the slope of this line is -1. So to write this in my equation, it would be y equals m, which is a -1x, plus b. The more common way that you would see this written, though, is y equals a -x plus 4. We don't usually write the 1 in front of a variable. So these are the correct equations that are described by this information.